on your screen. And if you order right now, you'll also receive Don Lapree's How to Advertise with Little or No Money manual. You'll learn incredible secrets on how you can get free advertising. Plus, because Don wants to do everything he can to get you excited about making more money, he's going to send you his personal 11 Secrets to Success video. It's yours free when you place your order by calling the toll-free number on your screen right now. All 3 of Don Lapree's incredible ways to make money, plus all 3 Quick Start audio tapes and both priceless free bonus gifts can be Federal Expressed right to your door for this unbelievably low price by calling the toll-free number on your screen right now. Every minute you sit there and wait to order this package is one less minute you could be making money. To order, call the number on your screen and have your credit card ready to order the Making Money package for just $39.95. U.S. residents add $9.35 shipping and handling. Canadian residents add $13. Or send check or money order for $39.95 plus shipping and handling to Making Money. Post Office Box 37157, Phoenix, Arizona 85069. And when you call, don't forget to ask about rush delivery. Sorry, no CODs.
Hello everyone, I'm Don Lapree. You only have around 45 seconds left before we go off the air. I hope you got excited. I hope you enjoyed watching the television show. And I just want to say that none of the testimonials that you've seen in this television show were paid anything for their story. And I want to thank all of them for taking the time to be part of this show. Hey guys, it was great meeting all of you, and I hope you all make $1 million. Take care. And for those of you that are watching, you only have around 30 seconds left. Have a great night.
Success stories of Don Lapree and others described in this show represent the great results of only those individuals. As with any business, you could make more or less.
The preceding program was a paid advertisement for Making Money Secrets.
Hello everybody, it's a Friday evening. We're in Jay, Maine, to do the Class C matchup between the Jay Tigers hosting the Old Orchard Beach Seagulls. My name's Andy Poirier, along with Mark Pickard, our videographer, and Roger Paintshoe are anxiously awaiting up in the booth for the opening kickoff. We're going to talk to my guest here, Kurt Creechin, on Coach's Corner. Kurt, a little bit first. Again, thanks for joining us again, as usual. Going to make it quick. I know we're minutes away from kickoff. First of all, let's talk a little bit about the Wells matchup last week, a game that I personally missed due to other commitments. You had a good first half. Let's talk about that game and how that went.
Well, we played a tremendous first half of football. Offense was on the field for the majority of the first half, really gaining some offensive yardage on the ground against them, against a fine football team. You know, we needed to sustain that effort into the second half, and a couple mental errors and a couple blown assignments really cost us a couple touchdowns. But we played 3 quarters of shutout football against, you know, the Western Maine runner-up last year in Class B, and they're equally as tough this year. So, you know, that's behind us, and we got to move on and start focusing on our Class C schedule.
Speaking of Class C schedule, your first Class C opponent is Jay High School. Could be underestimated by some people. I know they're picked to go like 4-4, but they got some good athletes. I know you. They're kind of familiar with you guys. You both opened up with perennial Power B schools. They opened up with Levitt and almost came back and beat them. They had their chances. They lost 22-14. Maybe you can talk about their squad and some of the interesting formations that you saw, and maybe some kids to watch.
Well, Jay did play Levitt very tough. It was 14-14 going into the fourth quarter, so they had a legitimate shot of winning the football game. You can't come up to Jay Maine on a Friday night and not expect to have a good football game. You know, Coach Henry's always got them ready. It's a fine program. It's a fine football community, especially under the lights up here. You know, you're going to be in for a football game. Jay has not a lot of size like us. We definitely have more size than them. We're a little bit more physical, but what they do have is they have a lot of good athletes, a lot of speedy kids. You know, they're going to look to run the ball. They put their running backs deep into the backfield. They want to get them going full speed when they get the ball up through the line. The boy, Fournier, number 11, the quarterback, was 10 for 19 last week versus Levitt in the air. So, you know, and he's throwing to a kid named Garish, who's a fine receiver. So, you know, Jay is a contender in this league, and you know, so we have work cut out for us 2 weeks in a row here.
Okay, well, good luck, and wish you the best of luck as usual for the game, and thanks for coming on. So that's it. We're going to go right back up to Roger in the booth for the opening kickoff between Old Orchard Beach Seagulls and the Jay Tigers.
My family's affiliation with Sockman Biddeford Savings Bank goes back at least 100 years. My grandmother made deposits at the bank, including one from me when I was born. Our family has done business with the bank for over 4 generations. Why? Because Sockman Biddeford Savings Bank is a very human place. One is not a mere account number, but a person treated with respect and appreciation.
Quality product and superior service is what you'll always find when you visit Deering Lumber for all of your home building and garden needs. Located at 14 Elm Street in Biddeford, they feature one of the area's finest selections of lumber, paint, windows, and hardware, as well as a wide selection of lawn and garden products. For over 130 years, it's been quality products and dependable service that stand behind the name Deering Lumber and make them a favorite. Stop in today and look over the outstanding selection. You won't be sorry.
Throw. That's time.
Oh, that's
Intercepted by Gerard. Okay, we're back up here at the in the booth, as they say, in Jay, Maine. If you don't know where Jay is, you
Don't ask Mark. No, I'm just
Mark.
We won't even talk about that.
You go to Livermore Falls.
Yeah, you take a left at Augusta and
right.
go down to Mexico.
That's right. My name is Roger Painter. My partner you've already heard talking to the coach, Andy Poirier, and, of course, our videographer par excellence, Mark Picard. We are all
at
here.
Left wing.
At left wing. And we are already here up here ready to do Jay and Old Orchard Beach. Well, of course, Mark's already, Andy, I'm sorry, has already had a chance to talk to Kurt Creechin. You heard that interview. You know everything you ever wanted to know about Old Orchard Beach football and what they expect to do tonight, except that I don't believe that the name of Jerry Hubbard came up in that interview.
No, it didn't. Actually, Raj, what we did was we covered the Jay Tigers mostly.
Okay.
We talked a little bit about the game last week between Wells and Old Orchard Beach.
Yep.
Maybe you can fill us in on the name Jerry Hubbard.
Well, Jerry Hubbard, according to our friend Kurt, is one new weapon that the Beach may have here tonight. How much he'll play tonight, since he's only been with the club for about a week or so, is questionable. But nevertheless, he is here. He is a tight end, and apparently can catch just about anything thrown in his general direction. So we'll see. Anyway, Kurt is very high and very on the fact that he is with the club, and we'll see how effective he is as not only tonight but as the season progresses. Last week, of course, we had a chance to watch Wells and Old Orchard Beach, and the Beach came up short.
Yeah,
but it was a good game.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
At any rate, we watched Wells pull out a 14-0 win in a game that at one point could have gone either way. It was scoreless at the half. I think when you look back at that game, the thing that sticks in my mind the most is the fact that neither team was able to mount any kind of passing offense. Neither team completed a pass, Andy. Unbelievable. But neither team did. And there were a few attempts. It was obvious, I think, if you were looking at it from the point of view of the Beach, that if they cannot generate some kind of passing offense, when they start hitting some of these better Class C teams, and we may be watching one of them here tonight, Jay, these, you know, they can see that you're stuck with a ground game, and if you have nothing else to balance that off with, you can be in serious trouble.
Yeah.
So,
talking to Kurt a little bit, Raj, some of the players I know that viewers have probably already heard is Brian Fournier, Jason Smith. You're going to hear those names, Kevin Tardif. But mainly a little bit about the Jay and Levitt game last week. Again, Levitt was also a Class B favorite to win, along with Wells.
Yep.
Well, Jay played them. They were down 14-0, came back and tied. They actually had the ball going in to score again, and they fumbled it away. And eventually, 6 plays later, I think Levitt scored and sealed it for 22-14. But in that game, Fournier established himself. He went 10 for 19 throwing the football. Nothing fancy, just 3-step drop back and pass.
Right.
And he's got a lot of quick backs, and he just send them out and he throws it up. And things happened for him last week. So even though they lost to Levitt, that could give him some confidence for coming into this game.
Right.
Strange as that may seem.
No, I agree. I think that you're absolutely right. I think, in fact, if anything, the Beach may be in the same situation.
Right.
Most people would have thought that Wells would have had an easier time of it than they did. It was a very close game, 14-0, but the scoring was, 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. The Beach had its opportunities, couldn't convert on them, but they had shots at it, and that's the way it goes.
Normally, you wouldn't think 2 high school teams meeting each other on a Friday night, coming off 2 losses, would have momentum.
Yeah.
But it's kind of strange.
Well,
but
you're
they
right.
actually might.
But they're both coming off these Class B teams that they've played. Now they get into their Class C schedule, and I'm telling you, I expect one heck of a game here tonight. I think this could be a beauty.
Well, the Beach.
Well, we're just about ready for the kickoff anyway. We don't care. We can do this. Man, we've worked under worse conditions than this.
Willie Garish in the black and orange and white familiar colors on a Friday evening. We'll be kicking from left to right to the white road uniforms for the Old Orchard Beach Seagulls. Reminding you that the first 3 games, the exhibition and the 2 regular season games, have been away, and the Beach will finally go home to homecoming Saturday. Next Saturday at the Beach against, they'll be hosting Trape Academy. So yes, we will actually be coming into town finally after 3 games. I know these guys will be anxious to get there, but right now is Jay Tigers at hand, and the Beach will be going from your right to left. And that'll be Willie Garish getting ready to tee the ball up. Both teams coming in this thing at 0-1.
And we're off.
That's Bill Adams.
Fielded up front by, who's that, Bickford?
I thought it was Bill Adams, 84.
Make that James Bickford, who comes up with the ball and
okay, it is Bickford.
Gets it out to, where are we, the 40-yard line?
Yep, 41-yard line. The no-huddle offense, quick. That's Gerard, sweeping right. He's got some room, Raj. He's going to hit the first down over the midfield stripe, so about a, see where they mark the ball, could be about a 12, 13-yard pickup by Dave Gerard on a no-huddle offense is showing right here.
And they're moving very quickly back out of the huddle. Like you said, no-huddle offense. Don Dubois calling the plays. Hand off inside. Brother Ralph gets a yard or so. I was reminded before the game, by the way, that we have 3 pairs of brothers on the Beach team. The Geidingers, the Dubois, and the Burks. So there are 3 families, 6 kids.
And a flag.
And a flag.
You know, last week when I was doing, got to see the Virginia Tech BC game. Virginia Tech came exactly out like this with no huddle the whole game. They never huddled up the whole game.
Really?
It's a quick offense. They just got on the field, looked to the sidelines real quick, and just snapped the ball. That's exactly the same type of offense they ran.
Huh.
Very effective. If you know what you're doing, anyways.
They walked off 5, and we got a 2nd and 15. We're back at the Beach 48. Don Dubois, the quarterback. Ralph Dubois, of course, number 33, the fullback. Don is going to throw. He's got Hubbard, number 85, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, wide open.
Did I tell you or did I tell you?
Wide open, had nothing but
Wide
goal.
open.
And the first pass attempt is incomplete. So it'll be a 2nd down and 15. Wow, how open can you get? Beat the defender that time. Nice pass also by Dubois. And I think it's what, 3rd and 15? 3rd down and 15, excuse me.
3rd down. And an offside. We'll pick up 5 and make it 3rd and 10.
Yeah, right back to the line of scrimmage. So with just under 11 minutes to go in the first quarter from Jay High School, it's 3rd from the original line of scrimmage. Ball sitting at the 47-yard line of the Jay Tigers.
Okay, we're looking at a 3rd down and make it 9. Handoff is inside for about 5 and sets up a 4th down, but we're down around the J40, 43, 44 yard line.
Yeah, Ralph Dubois that time, Roger, the pickup of about 4 actually. We'll bring up a 4th and 6. Beach shows punt formation, but don't be fooled by that. Oh, wait a minute here.
And that might change the whole
that may change the play calling right here, too.
Hubbard also does the punting for the team, and you'll notice that he was deep.
Yeah, it'll be about a 4th and 1, Raj. Yep, 10:23 to go in the opening quarter. Opening drive for the Beach.
And now we're going to go for it. Hubbard split wide down at the bottom of your screen. Handoff, keeper by Don Dubois.
Oh,
he may come up short.
Depends where they mark it, but it doesn't
Good
look it from
adjustment.
here. Yeah. It's actually a good play because you think they're going to go inside, and DuBois pulled it in and went to the right, but the defense is right there. It's not a big J team, but they're very quick. So whatever mistakes they made, they can usually catch up to them. So turnover on downs goes to the J Tigers.
We'll spot the ball down around the 38, 39-yard line. And Jay goes on offense for the first time tonight.
I know the quarterback at Jay High School.
We do.
I know his parents real well. There's a Bama place in
Oh.
I want to see him lose.
Just kidding.
All right.
Okay, Jay on offense. Quarterback, I believe, is Brian Fournier, number 11. Out of the eye with a man in motion.
That's Garish.
And they're going to hand off to the deep back, who's going to be met at the line of scrimmage for maybe for a loss.
Yeah, Jason Smith, the carrier, the guy you're going to hear a lot of this evening. That time, Garish went in motion. And they're just hoping these quick backs can hit the hole and just take over from there, because they do have some speed back there. So the B, I think Kurt was more worried about their rushing game, though, than their passing game, he was telling me.
Well, we're going to give them about a foot. Let's call it 2nd and 9. And let's see what they decide to do in a second down situation.
High formation.
2 people wide. Now they send a boy in motion. Still out of the eye. The handoff is to the up back this time, and he busts loose. He'll be a little short of the first down, but a good gain.
Yep, number 21, Roger, Jason McDonald, another Jason in the backfield. Gets about 9 on the play, right? 8 or 9.
We're looking at a 3rd down and a long yard, maybe a yard and a half, 2 yards. Ball sits at the J47. Just about 9 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Scoreless game. Jay on offense for the first down.
hit.
And what a hit. What a hit.
Okay,
That's
Ralph
DuBois
DuBois.
coming up from his linebacker spot to meet Jason Smith. They had a short discussion about where they were going after the game. You know,
Back
hot
to where
dog,
you came
hamburger,
from.
something, you know. And we've got a 4th down now and about 4.
Yeah, Todd Polk and Gerard,
Jay
hurry up.
goes into punt. Gerard and Polk drop back deep. And this is Willie Garish, number 31, doing the punting. He's got plenty of time and he gets it away. Polk will watch it go out of bounds. And it'll be spotted at about the beach 22-yard line.
Yeah, we got a flag, though, Raj, now. Kind of a, I don't know if sure it was a late flag, but that may be coming back up here.
Aha.
It might be on Jay also. Pointing in direction of 11.
They're talking to the beach. Let's see what we've got.
See if they want him to re-kick, and they just may want to do that. Not sure if it was a personal foul. Whenever it was, the Jay quarterback came off the field with his head down, so I think they're going to make him redo it. Holding, okay. So the Beach should get the ball now in better field position, although it wasn't a deep punt. So we got 8 minutes and 15 seconds left, and Jay is getting ready to kick the ball. 4th and about 15 to go. And the Beach should gain some yardage out of this, and maybe even get a run back this time. Garish is the punter.
They're going to do it again. And Polk will let it go out of bounds again. They pick up about 10 on the second punt attempt, and they'll take over at the 32-yard line. Not bad.
Yeah, they gain the amount of yards is the penalty, basically, 10 yards. So good, better field position at the 32. And the Beach will take over in their second series. If you remember their first series, though, they had just about a short touchdown on their first pass of the of the football game. I'm sure you're going to see that play come up again.
Oh, yes. Okay, 1st and 10 for the Seagulls at the 32-yard line, out of the wishbone offense. Dubois, option, decides to keep it, and he's got a lot of room. Don Dubois, he's going to get caught. I think Garish catches up to him, but there's a big gain on the play down around the 30-yard line.
Yep. 48 yards. 48 yards by Dubois.
Spotted right at the 30-yard line. Don Dubois, had he been able to allow that outside, those outside running backs to get ahead of him and provide him with a potential block, he could have gone all the way. But nevertheless, it's a big, big gain. And we've got a 1st down deep in J territory. And that play will pick up another 3 or 4.
Might have been to Ralph Dubois, and that was inside. Does a lot of the inside work, and they had tough 3 yards that time. So the Dubois brothers here early on, providing some spark here in this drive. 2nd and 7. Ball in the 30, Raj.
2nd and 7, okay. We're going to split Hubbard wide down here at the bottom of the screen and see what happens. Donald hands off, and it's going to pick up a couple down close to the 25. And we'll be looking at a 3rd down now at about 5. Of course, this is 2-down territory, and they need to pick up 5 yards in 2 plays. And we've got a timeout on the field called by the officials.
Yeah, 3rd down and 5 for the Seagulls. As the clock continues to run now, there's 6 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the first quarter of action. There's no score, Jay and Old Orchard, but the Beach driving here midway through the first.
Handoff. No, Dubois fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, picks up maybe 2, and we're going to be looking at a 4th down now and maybe a 4. 4th and 4, not the easiest pickup in the world. Let's see what Kurt Creechin decides to do. Don Dubois goes over to the sideline, gets the call from the coach, checks back in, and see if we decide to go outside, maybe with a pitch to Gerard.
There it is.
How about that?
Good call. Cuts
outside with a pitch to Gerard.
Looks like he's
and
got it.
The 1st down, I believe.
Gerard, yeah, cut it up.
Can I call him or can I call
him? You can call him.
Thank you very much.
You're driving home, right? You can call him.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. They're all patting me on the back over here. It's the least they can do. 1st and 10. And where
ball about the 18.
18-yard line. Gerard the other way avoids a couple and then gets met by the student body.
About the 15 now.
Pickups about 3 yards, make it 2nd and 7. We're at the 15-yard line.
Beach looking good here on this drive. I'll start with that Dubois 48-yard run. Everybody else is chipped in here.
Dubois drops back, throws into the end zone, overthrown.
Yeah, way overthrown.
Adams down there, Bill Adams, heading for the, not really the corner, but deep.
A little too deep that time, ran out of some real estate. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 now. They are in field goal range, Raj.
They are.
We'll be bringing that up after.
We've got a 3rd down here and 7.
I don't think Kurt's thinking field goal here. He's thinking 1st down right now.
Center at number 54 is Scott Darling. The handoff comes back out here to Todd Polk.
Yeah,
and there's no place to go, and we get a penalty.
Mask. We'll get a face mask on that one.
What do we got?
We'll get a face mask,
I think.
You
think so?
Yep.
Well, that'll make coaches say, why am I doing this? Why didn't I retire last year? My wife said I should have quit coaching, but no. I said, no, one more year, Arnie, and then I promise I'll never do it again. Yeah.
That's going to hurt. Set up for a big loss that time. It's one of those mental mistakes that, like you were just talking about. Fourth and 4. Yeah, it's the from the point of the foul.
That's right. 4th down and 4. Big, and now it's going to be 4th and 9.
To get 5 of those yards back. But he seems a little anxious out there tonight. Both sides are jumping off. It's been about the 4th time somebody's jumped off here in the first half. 5 minutes, excuse me, left in the first quarter. 4th and 9, that may change the, again, the play calling here. They need to get down, Rog, to about the 9.
Yep.
For a first down.
9 yards to go. Let's see if they involve Hubbard on this play as he splits down at this end. DuBois, and now
everybody left this time.
4th and 14.
Oh, there's your face mask call.
Yep, takes care of the face mask call.
All kinds of mistakes here early on. Seems like the right side of the line was on a different signal count that time.
They were.
Everybody left a little early.
Well, the last 3 plays have we've been able to watch referees walk with footballs. It's back and forth. DuBois dropping back, has time, goes deep, too deep, yes. Yeah. Out of the end zone, intended for Hubbard. Well, defensed, however. And that'll take care of that drive. And as we switch possessions here, let's take a short break. We'll be back with the remainder of the first quarter right after this pause.
Looking for someplace old, yet someplace new? High-quality food and entertainment, yet priced within reach? Then the Kerryman Pub is for you. From a warm family gathering to the excitement of big-screen satellite sports with free pizza, it's all at the Kerryman Pub. Now featuring light lunches at a light price, in addition to their famous blackboard specials. Kerryman's also has happy hour prices all night long, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, karaoke Thursday, and outstanding live entertainment Friday and Saturday. With something for everyone, you can't go wrong with a visit to the Kerryman Pub.
Nothing takes a beating like the inside of your house. Kids, pets, odors, spills, the list is endless. But with ServPro Cleaning Service, your house can be spring fresh year-round. With carpet, furniture, wall, and in-house drapery cleaning, insurance claim specialist, and odor removal, no job is too big for the technicians at ServPro. If dirt and cleaning are a problem for you, let ServPro take the worry out of your life and put clean, fresh happiness in your home.
First down for Jay, and very little, nowhere, in fact.
That was McDonald with the carry. Gain of 2. 2nd and 8, Rog.
Okay, number 21 is Jason McDonald with the ball. Smith checks out of the lineup, replaced by Tom Frazier, number 33. And we've got a 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Good game. The Beach had its chances, but a couple of penalties put an end to that. 2nd down, and nothing.
No, nothing. For some reason, it seems like when you play Jay, when you're involved in a Jay football game, there's not much scoring. It just seems like it's a tough defensive battle all the way. And that looks like the way we're headed here tonight. 3.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter, and still no score. Bring up 3rd and 9 for the Tigers.
3rd down and about 9. Have they thrown a pass yet, Andy? I don't think they have they?
No, they haven't.
Well, they're not in this one either. The quarterback goes down, and that sets up a 4th down, and they'll be punting out of there.
You gotta wonder, maybe they felt that the Beach coaching staff was going to expect them play the pass, and so they decided to surprise them and keep it on the ground right here. But I think before this one's over, you're going to see some passes being thrown.
Yep.
Going to bring up 4th and 10.
That front four of the defense for the Beach has been very effective so far tonight. Geidinger, Broderick. We'll get to the rest. Polk calling a fair catch and takes it at his own 46. And the Seagulls take over on offense once again with
2:34.
2.5 left here in the first quarter. Beautiful night for football.
Oh, gorgeous out here. This is supposed to get
and the
cooler.
French fries are good too.
French fries are great. Everything's fine. Decent. Both teams looking for their first win of the 96 season. The Beaches are actually looking for their first point of regular season, being shut out by Wells 14-0 last week. And here we go. We got some running room for Gerard. He's going to gain about 3 yards.
Pickup of a few.
Yep.
Polk will get them, let's call it 4 for a 2nd and 6.
Sorry, I said Gerard. It was Polk.
Was it? We are right on the 50-yard line. Number 70 in that line is Tommy Glode. Don Dubois hangs onto the ball on the option, gets a couple more.
Yeah, gain of about 2 for Dubois.
Number 61 is John Geidinger. Actually, both of the Geidinger brothers are in the lineup at this point. Checking in right now, number 72, Chris Hall. Big Chris Hall. I think Chris goes 285.
Yeah, 3rd and about 3 or 4.
Splitting wide at the top of your screen is Bill Adams, number 84, one of the captains of this team. There are 4 of those boys. Fumble.
Fumble.
Still loose.
Jay's got it. Yeah, that's the first turnover of the football game. And it comes, the Tigers stopped the Old Orchard drive. So they'll take over, 1st and 10.
Jay with the ball at their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, with 1:46 left in the first quarter of action. It's been a defensive struggle here thus far.
Going back to throw, going deep, and broken up very nicely by Todd Polk.
Yeah.
Stanley had gone deep, actually got behind the defender, but Polk was there all the way. His eye on the ball, blocks it away, and we've got a 2nd down.
Yeah, that's as good as a pass defensive play as you're going to see.
Yep.
You ask the receiver to do just that, get by the defender. The Polk came up with a big tip down right. 2nd and 10.
A lot of movement. I think that'll go against the offense. Usually does in these cases. And yeah, we're going to walk off 5.
Yeah, bring up a 2nd down and 15 from their own 39 now. There's absolutely no wind tonight, looking at the flag by the scoreboard. So it's a very good night to throw the football, actually.
Second and 15. First back through is McDonald, I believe, and he's racked up. Short gain. Dubois, Adams both get there. He picks up about 4. 3rd and 11.
Almost at the original line of scrimmage, just a little outside of that. It's going to bring up another passing down, 3rd and 11. They've only thrown 1 so far. Actually, it wasn't a badly thrown ball. It was just a good defensive play, so I'm sure they're going to come back with something like that here.
Jason Smith checks back in for the Jay Tigers. He's number 22. On a 3rd and long. Fournier will throw, goes to the sideline, finds his man. Nice pass, nice completion, and probably the first down, close.
Yeah, same receiver, Raj. That time they had Stanley. That time he cut towards the first down marker, and I think it is going to be a first down.
gets the first down right at the Seagull 45-yard line.
So it's about
And we're down to, 55 seconds and counting here.
Yeah, Stanley, who wears number 15. A 11-yard pass completion. So first and 10.
First down. With the ball is Fournier, and down he goes.
Good defensive play that time. Jim Bickford coming up big. Loss of about a yard by the quarterback, so it's second down and 11. Ball in the 40, is it 47? 47-yard line.
We're down to 15 seconds and counting.
Yeah,
I love this scoreboard, Andy. It's got one of those second clocks that ticks it off in tenths when you get down to under a minute.
And speaking of tenths, don't think you're going to get the playoff. Oh,
well,
the Beach may have gone.
They didn't get it off. And,
I think they're going to be called for offside,
though.
Right before the clock rang, I think the Beach jumped off.
Yeah, the officials are questioning whether the snap came after the time had run off on the board. Apparently not.
Yeah, there is. We're going to call it. I thought they had jumped. I was looking at the scoreboard and kind of turned my head towards the Beach, and it looked like they did jump before the clock. So it's actually a pretty good call here.
Yeah, they've got to play one more down because you can't end a quarter on a penalty like this. So they've got to play one more down to officially end the quarter. Of course, you folks out there can't see the scoreboard, but time has run out on the clock. However,
you get a free play out of this. But you can't end a quarter or a game on a defensive penalty.
So they're in effect getting an extra play here.
And second down, and it's not 11 anymore. It's more like about
second and about 7.
Yeah.
Fournier's the quarterback. He will hand off. Inside man, nothing
Absolutely
there.
Nothing.
And that will end the quarter. So we've completed one quarter of play here in Jay Main, and our score after 1. Jay zip, the Beach zip, and we'll all be back with quarter number 2 right after this.
On and Mini Mart, conveniently located on Elm Street in Saco, is also a state liquor agency. Bob's has a large variety of your favorite brands of beer, wine, and liquor. Whether you're planning a last-minute party, get-together, or just a quiet, relaxing evening at home, Bob's has just about everything you need. Sandwiches, snacks, soda, chips, and your favorite alcoholic beverage. Stop at Bob's today and get your get-together together. Bob's Exxon and Mini Mart, there for you.
Animal crackers next to Jurassic dinosaur cookies, gumballs and Mary Jane's next to Nintendo bubblegum. Penny candy everywhere. Are you in the Twilight Zone? No, you're at the Wayway store, where every day is a step back to 1929. Stop in and visit with Catherine and Peggy for all your everyday grocery needs and then some. And remember, a slower, kinder time. From penny candy to padlocks, dried beans to dolls with homemade outfits, you'll find it at the Wayway store. Step back in time at the Wayway store without leaving today.
Tradition and Maine go hand in hand, and one tradition the locals enjoy is visiting Wormwoods by the Breakwater, Camp Ellis. Wormwoods has been a family affair for more than 50 years, serving up the finest and fresh seafood, certified Angus beef, as well as chicken and pasta dishes. Wormwoods enjoys making you feel at home with hearty meals, lighter portions for small appetites, and gladly accommodates those with special dietary needs. Visit Wormwoods. Become a part of the tradition.
Second period here in Jay with a scoreless game. Jay on offense, looking at a third and about 7 yards. Fournier dropping back to throw. Rush gets it away. And complete to Garish. Surrounded by a bunch of guys, but he comes down with it very nicely. Short of the first down, but a nice little gain.
Yeah, it comes up to about 3 yards.
Yeah.
It looked pretty.
Looked terrific.
Didn't get them where they needed to, but it got them about 3 yards closer.
Just listening to me, you'd have thought they scored 12 points on that one pass alone.
Hey, I want to plug on this heroic thing here.
Okay. Pickard, what a guy.
Third and what, 2?
Third and 2 or 3. We were having trouble. Andy and I were having trouble. A little bit.
We always have trouble.
A little
no.
technical difficulty here. Nothing terrible, but I was having a hard time hearing Andy. And then Pickard decides that he's going to solve the big. He makes a big deal out of it. Switches a couple of wires, and now he wants credit for it. So, okay, all right, okay.
Well, it was 4th and 3, Raj.
It was.
And what happened was we just had to delay a game on Jay, so it's become 4th and 8 now.
The ball is back at the Seagull 43. They look as though they're going to punt.
Yeah,
the Beach, I think, believes it a little bit. Gerard has dropped back deep, and yeah, they punt, and they punt very well. This is going to settle down inside the 15-yard line somewhere.
They seem to be doing the smart thing with their kicking game. They're kicking away from coverage.
Exactly.
If you notice, they've been kicking to the sidelines
Sure.
twice. They don't want to give anybody ample opportunity to run one back.
Mm-hmm.
A game like this, your defense is doing a good job. You don't want that big one game breaker to turn the tide. So the Beach takes over deep in their own territory.
We'll spot it just about the 15-yard line and take it from there. 1st and good 10 for the Seagulls. A scoreless game, boys and girls.
11:01 left
That's right.
until halftime. And the Beach still looking for their points of the 1996 season, at least in the regular season part.
Correct. We're going to go up the gut on 1st down and pick up about 4.
Yeah, that was Ralph Dubois again.
Mm-hmm.
He'll pick up about 4 on that one.
So we'll make it call it 2nd and about 6, a long 6.
Beach would love to. They've been able to establish some drives, it seems like. They just haven't been able to get the ball in.
Exactly.
If you hit that red zone, you really want to get the ball in there.
Quick pass. Gerard, a little room. Stretches for the 1st down.
Yeah,
Will come up, I think, a little short, but not by much.
First completion, first official completion of the afternoon. Well, it comes up to, gives them about 6 yards.
Very close.
Actually,
to
about
the
5
first down.
yards.
Yeah. We'll make it 3rd and a yard.
Jay's come up big, though, on 3rd and short thus far. The defense has done a good job, and see what the Beach calls here.
Gerard in his speed. Tries to cut back. Does. Breaks it loose.
There we go.
Look out, boys
Get
and
it.
girls. You're looking at one of the fastest boys in the state of Maine.
Yeah, nobody's going to catch him. And that is
With 6.
one gorgeous run.
Isn't that something?
That's an 80-yard run by Dave Gerard.
Faster than Pickard. 6 points for the
Not getting
Beach.
here tonight.
That's right.
81-yard run
81
by Dave
yards.
Gerard. Just give that kid could do that in a phone booth.
Have we got it coming back?
Oh, boy.
We have a clip being called, boys and girls. A clip being called against the Seagulls, and it's all coming back.
I guess we can eliminate that one from the highlight reel.
Exactly.
That's too bad, because that's one tremendous run.
That is a shame. He had it, yeah, and Mark had it all. Well.
Well, not only does it come back, but they lose
10.
at least 10.
9, I guess.
Yeah, halfway to the goal.
Yeah, so we're back at the 15-yard line, and it's a 3rd down and 10. That's a shame, isn't it? That's a shame.
Well, 9:36 left to go till halftime, and the Beach, instead of being up 6-0, finds themselves 3rd down and 10 from their own 15, rather, from their own 10.
Dubois still with the ball, cuts back
He's
himself.
got some room, Rod.
Now he's going to
There we
take
go.
off. And he says,
matter of
yes,
a foot
yes,
race
I
here.
can, yes, I can. Almost could.
Garish puts him out of bounds right at the 30-yard line.
Beautiful run
Wow.
by Don Dubois. By
Almost
far his best run of the season.
Almost an instant replay there.
Did you get
That's
all of that, Mark?
6.
Yep, okay. Just
We're going to
checking.
give him a 58-yarder. We had a 48-yarder in the first quarter, and that's a 58-yarder now.
Well, we're down to the J 32-yard line. And a first down.
Lost.
Handoff. Gerard tries to pick up a couple. Stopped short.
Yeah. Second down and 10.
Second and 10. We're back to the 32-yard line. And Du Bois coming back in with the call. Pickard telling us stuff we already knew. Second down. He's not in the Navy anymore.
Inside handoff.
Inside handoff. Ralph picks up about 7 and gets down to the 25-yard line. Ah, yes. I love Friday nights. Yeah, just a little. Did I make you guys nervous? Third down and about long 3.
Right, Don Du Bois has 110 rushing yards thus far. 106 of those just on 2 carries.
That's right. And he's the quarterback. But we've got a scoreless game with about 8 minutes left in the first half. A well-played, tough, grind-them-out type of football game. Close for the first.
Yeah,
I think he's short.
got it, yeah. You know, didn't the game that we broke down last year, I think he likes this area, because wasn't it the Livermore Falls area where he broke out of it too?
That's right.
Basically had a great game there, passing and running the football.
Yes, indeed.
Maybe he likes this Jay Livermore area.
Yeah.
All right, third and about 1.
Fourth and about 1.
Fourth and about 1.
And this is another big fourth down here for the Seagulls. If they can maintain this drive.
At the 23-yard line.
They can pick something up. Don Du Bois flips
I
out of
think he
there,
has
and I think he's got it too. Looks good. Depends on the spot, but I think he's there.
Yeah. This one, he does have it.
Oh, that's a tough spot he got there.
Yeah, I thought he was a little closer than that.
The call up here is that he's in by an inch.
I say he's in too, just barely.
Pickard says 6 inches. More like 4 inches. Now we're going to stretch those chains, and the answer is Pickard's right.
By the length of the football almost.
For the first time ever, Pickard's right.
Last, no. 7:27 till half, and now the Beach at the 21-yard line takes over first and 10. Again, trying to punch one in here. They did have one called back already, that 81-yard run by Dave Gerard. So we've seen really 3 big runs by the Beach, but right now they have nothing to show for it.
Well, they're 21 yards away. Let's see if they can convert something.
We got movement in the backfield.
Yeah,
right?
Ralph jumped, so we're going to mark off 5. And the last time they were down in this kind of territory, if you recall, the penalties killed them.
Yep.
This, of course, is on first down, so...
There has been a bunch of penalties this football game thus far. Both teams are really making mistakes.
Yeah.
More costly ones by the Beach thus far.
For sure.
And that's one thing coaches will go crazy over. His mental errors. So it's first and 15. The ball now comes up to... It's funny, though, because I thought it was at the 21. It looks like it's at the 27 now.
Well, yeah. Big feet. You get an extra yard when you walk it off. Don throws. He's looking and he overthrows. Almost intercepted. Yeah, intended for Hubbard, number 85. Well beyond him and almost picked off down there, but it'll be a second down and 15.
Yeah, that time looking to go to the corner and overthrown. Hubbard had slowed up a bit also, though.
Yeah, he had given up on it pretty much, and but the defender was still back there.
Yeah, the defender didn't give up on it because he almost came up with it.
Yeah.
So the clock stops with 6:53 left till the first half. Ball on the 27-yard line. The Beach find themselves second down and 15. Still trying to punch one in here.
Du Bois the other way, cuts back inside for 2 or 3 maybe. But that's not the play that's going to get them the yards.
Another thing people might want to remember in case they missed the telecast, and from going from my previous experience and watching the game, hearing from you last week, is Dave Gerard, who's in the backfield, is also a former quarterback.
Exactly.
For the Beach, and be a little leery, maybe him throwing the, be aware of him maybe throwing the football tonight.
Yeah, he threw twice, as I recall, in the Wells game. In fact, on successive plays, just about in the same field position that they're in now. And they were both incomplete, as it turned out, but he certainly can throw it. Polk on the wing. Pitch out. Gerard tries to cut back, does, slips inside. We'll only get back to the original line of scrimmage. So we're down or back to around the 21 or so, and we've got a fourth down, Andy.
Fourth and 10.
Yep.
Well, on the 21-yard line, 4th and 10, and what do you call here?
Well, I guess you got to throw it. Why not? But who throws it? That's the question. Maybe this is where Gerard airs one out. I don't know.
I'll give Jay credit, though. They're playing some good defense thus far.
They are indeed. Going with a four-man front. There's the play. And he does. He throws it. He's looking for somebody inside.
Yeah, Hubbard had slipped.
Hubbard fell.
Yeah, he lost his footing around the goal line, and then it was 3 Jay players around the football.
But we did almost call it. We had a feeling that might happen. Anyway, it's a 1st and 10 now for Jay as we go the other way with 5:22 remaining, and we're still scoreless. Yeah, first half. Couple of people checking in real quick here for Jay.
Timeout.
And now timeout. That's a good spot for us to take a timeout as well. We've got just under 6 minutes left here in the first half. We'll be back with the remainder of half number 1 right after this.
If you're looking for something to do or someplace for fun, look no further. There's always something going on at Soho's, an authentic English pub open year-round at the beach. They've got the longest happy hour of anyone that starts at noon and goes to 8 every day. Monday night is football night with free chili, 99-cent Miller drafts, and T-shirt giveaways. Thursday belongs to the ladies with drink specials all evening. Next up, it's DJ Dan and Saturday Night Madness, where you can relieve the recession with half-price drinks, 2 beer specials, and red light specials.
5:22 left in period number 2, quarter number 2.
Scoreless game.
Yeah.
You know, the Portland paper predicted Jay 21-14.
Okay.
And when the Beach were warming up earlier on, I think it was Todd Pollock warming the troops 21-14. So people read the papers.
They do read the paper.
So I maybe gave them a little incentive for tonight.
Yeah. And a gain of a couple.
Gain of about 2.
Number 33, by the way, is Tom Frazier. Picks up a yard or 2, 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8.
Offensively, it's been the Beach's show. There's no question. They've outgained him. Oh boy, I don't know, maybe 5-1, 10-1. Yardage. Well, when we put these stats together, it just shows you how deceiving it can be. Main thing is that scoreboard, where the home and away is lit up.
2nd down. Garish in motion. Fournier passes our hands off inside after the fake rollout, and there's nothing there.
Yeah, it's the type of game right now where it seems like the Jays just hanging on the thread of their defense, and it's just waiting to Beach to break something open, basically. It doesn't really look like there's been much of a threat here offensively. Beach has them snuffed out real well also. You got to remember, they put up 14 points on a very good Levitt football team, Class B power.
Absolutely.
So they played well last week, and the Beach, you got to give them credit for their defense thus far. 3rd and 9, Raj.
Yep. Garish in, yes, and we've got all kinds of flags flying.
Tell you, Ralph Dubois gets in that backfield. Sometimes before the ball is handed off. I was noticing that on some of the other plays also.
You know, he's we mention him all the time on offense, but Ralph, of course, is a fullback. We would, but he plays an awful lot of linebacker on this team. And you're right. Some of those kids on doing that linebacking are really exceptional athletes, and Ralph is one of them.
3rd down now and 14. Ball sits at their own 16-yard line for the Jay Tigers. I think they're going to throw the football.
Well, I think you're right, Ollie. No, they're going to hand off to the guy up the middle, and he's going to get about 6.
And now we get a flag.
And we get a flag. So we're going to get a holding call. Predict. Do.
Yeah, that one will be coming back. A lot of penalties here this evening.
What do we got? Holding. I called it.
There you go.
Declined. Oh.
Well, they want him to kick the football.
Right.
They'll
It's
take
fourth
the law.
down and about 9
or 10.
Whatever.
Good call by Kerr. You don't want to risk a big play here.
Sure.
Looking at the clock, 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Jay has to be happy with this right now here in the first half, being scoreless the way it is.
You said it. They've escaped a couple of tough situations here.
They're one man short out there also.
Yep.
They needed to call timeout that time. Kind of a wasted timeout that time.
Tonight's winning 50-50 number.
It's not even halftime yet.
I know, but nobody else wanted to contribute. They asked everybody.
Nobody else is in
They
town.
said, that's it.
Everybody's here.
Uh-huh. Oh, darn. Thought I had it. It's fourth down and back.
4th and 9.
4th and 9. We're punting. Yes, we are. A high boot. Polk. And he comes down with the ball. Goes to one knee.
Oh, good field position. Right at midfield.
Yep.
Well, one more drive, Raj, here before the half. 3:24 left. They've got plenty of time to punch one in. I think if they can go into the locker room here with a score and put one in here, I think it's going to give them a lot of momentum going.
Absolutely.
Jay has to be happy right now being at the field position that the Beaches had as according against their field position.
Sure.
Knowing that their offense has been on the field a lot, the Beaches offense coming up empty like they did.
1st and 10. Dubois inside picks up 3 or 4. It's interesting because of where we sit, the booth that we're in is nowhere near the 50-yard line.
Right.
And we're off on an angle.
About
the booth
the
is on
40.
we're about the 30,
35.
somewhere 30, 35. And so we get a different angle. Nothing we can do about that except move the booth. And if Pickard had come here earlier, we could have had him do that. But no, he was joyriding around Augusta someplace.
No, he was sightseeing.
Yeah, well.
He was picking up our next booth for the next game.
2nd and 7 as Gerard is stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, boy. 3rd down now in 7.
3rd and 7. Or 6.
Or 6. They move it a little bit. That was a generous yard.
It was a very generous yard. 3rd down and 6. 2.5 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, but we will actually be at the beach next week, finally. It took to the end of September to do it, but we'll be home against Trape.
That's right.
Their homecoming game.
Don will throw. Deep. He's looking for Hubbard. Hubbard is turned around and out of bounds. Incomplete.
Yeah, it's going to be that was a quick series of downs. They only wasted about 20 seconds on the clock.
Yeah,
so
3
it's
and
4th
out.
and 6. Now they're facing a punting situation, Jay getting the football back.
You know, it almost starts to feel like one of those games where some fumble or interception or some weird thing is going to happen and make the difference.
Yes.
We've seen those before, and I just have a feeling that we're looking at one again here tonight.
Well, they look like they're going to go for it, but don't forget, Gerard could kick from out of this, too.
That's right. And Gerard will kick out of this and
That's a good
do
call.
a nice one. Isn't that nice?
Oh,
That's
wow,
gonna
that
roll
made
right
him stop.
to the goal
Yes.
line, and it's going to be stopped.
Well, wait a minute. It's supposed to be
Now-
where they touch it, isn't it?
Now
I
the
don't
officials are
understand
going to
that
have
one.
to discuss that
Yeah,
one.
it's going to be way downed it, right there.
It's a touchback. Touched but not downed, I guess.
I guess it's supposed to be downing it.
So they're going to bring it out to the 20-yard line.
Actually, if that young man doesn't slide for the ball, because the ball was coming back this way,
It had
he makes the
practically
down.
stopped.
He makes the down right there at the 3-yard line. But I guess he assumed that if he just touched it, as I did,
Yep.
I thought it was down. I'm sorry.
But it rolls into the end zone and
And
is
2
called
minutes.
a touchback.
2 minutes left, Raj.
Yep, right on the nose. First down. Out of the eye. Deep back. Finds a hole. Smith. Hit, stop, picks up 8.
Yeah, 8 yards. Well, I'm going to recap the scoring right now. You ready?
Absolutely.
First quarter was no scoring.
No score.
Second quarter so far, no scoring.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Raj.
Right, thank you. We're efficient, if nothing else.
Had to save on tape that time.
Except for Pickard. Second down
Second and
2. Or 3.
3 from this angle.
All right.
2 from the chains.
Yeah, right.
Official is about 1 yard off each time.
Inside handoff. Smith still on his feet and now dragged down at about the 40.
About 12-yard pickup.
Yeah. That was McDonald, not Smith.
Yeah, McDonald, 21.
Okay.
First and 10 with a minute 22 to go. They'll stop the clock to move the chains up. Once the chains are set, the clock will start back up.
As it does.
That's Smith that comes in now with a play.
First down to 39. Fournier to throw. He has time.
Oh, that
intercepted by Gerard. Looking for a block. Gets one. Cuts back inside. Down at the 40-yard line.
A whole host of beach plays. You know, you knew they weren't going to do anything stupid deep in their own end. They waited till they got to about the 35-yard line, 40-yard line. Then they decided to finally throw the football, and that one just cost them a turnover. And now the beach has, 50 seconds exactly to mount something. I think you're going to see some air balls being thrown up here.
Now we're walking off 15 back to the beach 45 after some kind of personal foul or whatever.
Well, it's been one of those halves. A lot of flags.
And how?
Beach has been penalized an awful lot, and some costly ones too thus far.
I'm not sure what the call was some kind of personal foul after the play or whatever. Anyway, it comes back to the beach 45, and that changes thinking maybe a little bit. Throws short to the flat.
Incomplete.
Gerard, the intended receiver. Second and 10.
As the aroma of hot dogs starts surfacing up to the booth.
Wafting up through the corrugated floor. Did they?
Wow.
Yes, indeed. Keep that clock moving. Come on, you guys.
40. Yeah, 46.3
That's
seconds.
right.
Excuse me. We got to have the .3 here.
Yep.
We got to use that clock while we have it.
Fakes one way, goes the other, still on his feet, throws deep for Gerard, overthrows.
Well,
39.2 seconds left.
when he saw DuBois get away from some what would have been tacklers there, he decided to cut it upfield. But by that time, the ball was overthrown. There was nothing near on the sidelines when DuBois broke away. So it stops the clock, like you said. It brings up a third down.
Yes, indeed. Third down and 10. DuBois finds a hole, a little bit of a seam, still on his feet.
First down, anyways.
Yeah, first down.
You know, Kurt's calling Don's number an awful lot. I think he sees something tonight that Don has some momentum going. He just wants to keep, you know, see if he can get something started here because he's got a host of yardage. He must have about 120 in the first half. We got a timeout for the Beach with 33.1 seconds left.
That's right. Well, that play took 6.1 seconds.
And it gives them new life. It gives them 4 more downs.
That's right.
But DuBois has been very effective, and I think that's why he's calling his number an awful lot here. He seems to be the go-to guy, just keeping the ball and running upfield.
I'm being attacked by a videographer. Yeah, but Roger's not. Well,
Is that a personal foul on the videographer?
Yep, personal foul.
Another flag.
Unnecessary roughness. Third down now, and
First down.
First down. I'm sorry.
Yep.
First down and 10 is what? About
43. 43, 44.
You're right.
But it gives him it gives him that extra 2 or 3 downs to work with here.
Don
fumble
fumbles,
now.
but recovers his own fumble.
But the clock keeps moving.
Yeah.
That's just it. That's gonna. I think the Beach called timeout.
They did.
They'll lose a yard. Yeah.
24.1 seconds. Well, they lost 9 seconds on that exchange. Fumbled exchange.
Yeah, they
from
could
center to
still use 3 downs up here in 24 seconds. You have an average 8 seconds of play. Be able to still get it done. Except they're 45 yards away from pay dirt. And you know the Jay's going to be covering something kind of deep if they're smart. They'll have somebody back there.
Sure. Kurt Creechin out there with the troops, talking things over. And Kurt says, okay, boys, it's all yours.
Yeah, we knew coming up here, we were talking, and we knew that this game was not going to be a pushover, that this was going to be scratch and claw to a win. I don't care if they favor the Beach, you know, preseason or what. Come up and play Jay, like you said, on a Friday. You better earn some points.
Straight back drop, passes incomplete.
Almost intercepted.
Yeah. It was sort of like setting up a screen over to that side of the field, I guess. But it never really did develop that way, and
No.
Jay smelled it out anyway.
Right, 18.6 seconds left, third down and 11. Yeah, they've only completed 1 pass to Gerard for 5 yards.
Yeah, they
1 for 10.
Is that right?
For 5 yards.
Just got to do better with the passing game. Just have to. Third down. Don with the ball. Pitches back to Gerard. Gerard heads for the sidelines, which is smart. If he can get more, he'll get more.
Oh.
He goes down, gets the first down. The clock is down to 9.4. Just enough time to move the chains, and I think we got another timeout called, right? Yes,
yeah, for the Beach.
That'll be the last timeout for the Seagulls. 9.4 seconds left. The ball now sits at the, where are we? The
28, 27.
27-yard line, okay.
About an 18-yard pickup.
Yep.
But again, like you said, 9.4. They could get 2 plays off here.
They could. You knew what Gerard had in mind. He headed this way. He was headed for the sidelines. Then he sees that little hole,
Right,
you know.
and I think he was 1 tackle away from doing something.
Yeah.
If that kid doesn't get him, it would be interesting to see what would have happened cutting it upfield. But then again, if he doesn't make it, they don't have these 2 plays to work with.
Precisely.
The rest of the clock probably runs out. So we'll see if that tackle was kind of a blessing in disguise. You know, ball sits at the 27. It'll be of Jay, first and 10. The Beach has threatened more than once here this evening. Just haven't been able to come up. They've actually had, if you missed it, an 81-yard run by Dave Gerard, brought back due to a hold or a clip. Well, here we go. We got 1 or 2 plays left here in the first half, barring any defensive penalties.
And that's a shotgun now with Gerard deep over his head. And he's just going to pick it up and try to come back with whatever he can get.
Oh, if he can get some
Look at
blocking
this.
here.
Look at this kid. He's something,
That's it.
isn't it? And the half runs out on that broken play. But after 1 half play, we have a scoreless game here in Jay. And Andy and I will take a short time out. We'll be back with all the good stats, all the information you ever wanted to know. And the second half right after this pause.
When you need to stop, make sure it's an advanced brake service.
Curl
Up and Dye, a premier styling salon, keeps getting better and welcomes Jennifer to its crew of the finest professional stylists in the area. They offer full-service, ultra-modern hairstyling and coloring for men and women, facials, manicures, and waxings, and pride themselves on personal professional service. Let them help you decide what you need to look great. Private styling rooms, a convenient location, and the finest stylists offering service tailored to your needs. Sum up Curl Up and Dye. Why not make an appointment today?
All right, we're getting set for the second half of action, but before we do that, let's wrap up a few stats. Scoring-wise, it's going to be pretty easy because there is none. At halftime, that's right. The score is nothing for Jay, nothing for Orchard Beach, as the captains are meeting at center at the 50-yard line. What's going to happen here is Jay, I believe, is going to get the football, and the Beach, they're going to probably have their choice of where they want to go, which goal to defend here. That's why they go out and make that kind of informal gesture out in the field. Let's go down some stats. It's just going to show you how lopsided we are statistically. If you just joined us, it's 31 yards rushing for Jay, 2 for 4 in the passing game with 1 interception for 14 yards. So they have 45 total yards in the first half. Running-wise for Orchard Beach, rushing-wise, is 195 yards. 128 of those on about 10 or 11 carries is the quarterback, Don Dubois. He's had runs of 58 and 48 yards. The longest run of the football game, though, thus far is by Dave Gerard, 81 yards. Got called back. It was a score. Got called back due to holding or clipping, I believe, deep in the Orchard end. Nullified the only score of the football game. But again, the Beach, 195 yards on the ground. They were 1 for 10 in the air with no interceptions, only for 5 yards to Dave Gerard. So it's 200 yards to 45 yards. The Beach has had 1 touchdown call back, and we've had numerous penalties on both sides, but the bigger ones and the more costly ones have gone to the Beach, Raj, in the first half as we get set to go. The Beach will be have elected to go from our right to left. They'll be kicking off to Jay here in the third quarter. And if you're the coaching staffs, if you're Kurt, you got to be more upset than the Jay coach would be Mike Henry, by the way. I don't think I mentioned his name prior to the game, but I think if you're Mike Henry for Jay, you're a little more happy with the score because you're still in this football game over a team that's favored to win one of the positions in Class C. So if you're Kurt, I think you're pretty upset. You're happy with the defense because they've done the job. Let's face it. But the penalties that have been going on probably has to stop here. And I think if they can stop the penalties and just keep doing what they're doing, they're going to be okay.
Jerry Hubbard, number 85, does the kicking now for the Beach, the new addition to this lineup. And there it goes. Fielded on the fly and nailed. What a nice tackle, getting down there in a hustle.
Number 7 for the Beach, Raj.
Young number 7 is Drew Salamanca.
Good special teams work that time.
Indeed.
So deep, 27-yard line is where it's marked at.
Yep.
So the Tigers, the Jay Tigers, will be starting 1st and 10.
Brian Fournier is the quarterback. He's got a boy split at the top. Hands off inside. Gain of maybe a yard, maybe
maybe 3 actually to about the 30. If they do mark it there. Okay, yes. I see. See what the mark is? Sometimes it's really deceiving up here.
Very strange.
They have it 27 on the board, but now he's on the 30.
Exactly. And if you look at the change across the field, it just doesn't seem right. I don't know. It's just everything is just a little off.
We'll call a 2nd and 8. How's
off
that?
Center, yeah. 2nd and 8. The I formation has been basically what they've worked out of all night. And they're going to pitch to the deep man. He cuts back inside, will get stopped for a gain of a couple of yards, not much more. They ran an awful long way to get nothing.
Yeah, probably a yard or 2 by the looks of it.
So we're looking at a 3rd and maybe 6 or 7. And this this offense of Jay has really been stymied by the defense that the Beach has put up here tonight.
They almost seem like they're very tentative. They don't want to make any mistakes, and they want to wait for a break, maybe. The Beach is what seems to be the way they're playing. They haven't opened up their game yet.
I just still have this hunch, Andy, that it's going to be a break that's going to make the decision here somewhere down the line. And really, I hope I'm wrong because it's too bad for games to go that way. There's a pass thrown nowhere.
Well, the quarterback was decked, and he's down
he
still.
is.
I'm trying to see who made the hit from here. It's hard because we're quite a ways away.
Well, there are a couple of boys in on Fournier, and he was slow getting up. And we're looking at a 4th down now at about 6 or 7, and we're going to punt.
Yeah, Winter's an incomplete pass, by the way. So it is 4th and 7. You know,
Yes.
this area, if you're not familiar with it, Jay Livermore is like the Biddeford Saco area. So the Beach does play Livermore Falls at home this year. They're kicking away from coverage, by the way, if you noticed.
Yes. Ball goes out of bounds, rolls out at the Beach 34. And, oh, by the way, I heard that Livermore fell. So it's all over. Yeah. May just be a rumor. 1st and 10 for the Beach at their own 34-yard line.
Could have been named Jay Falls.
Jay Falls. True. Jay sounds like somebody's first name. You know, like the last name of Jay should be Harper. You know. Just not right.
Well, something really interesting. The Beach used to have a play called Jay Livermore.
That's right. They did. That's true. Jay Livermore. DuBois rushes for a couple, and we're going to look at a 2nd and about 8.
And you know, DuBois, Don DuBois has rushed for, I mentioned, well, about 128 unofficial yards, and I expect him to do some ball carrying this half. I think Kurt has to like what he sees with Don, and I'm sure he's going to get his number called here in the second half.
Out of the wishbone with the one boy split wide, and we've got a 5-yard penalty coming up against the Beach, and boy, we've seen a lot of that tonight.
Yeah, 2nd down, about 13 now. They had a 1st and 2nd and 8, so 9 minutes and 40 seconds. The clock moving left in the 3rd quarter. The Beach, you know, you hate to keep mentioning this, they're still looking for their first official points of the 1996 football season, regular season. They've scored a bunch of them in preseason.
Fumble.
Jay's football.
Could be Jay's football, exactly. Right on the 30-yard line.
Yep.
Don had it, slipped, looked back for it, too late.
That's the 2nd turnover also by the Beach, Roger. We mentioned about the interception that Jay threw, but Beach has now fumbled twice. And this is the bigger one here, because this one comes at the 30-yard line. So it's got to be the best field position of the evening for Jay Tigers.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
See if they can do anything here. They're a lot smaller, as we mentioned before, than the Beach is, so they rely mostly on their quickness. Look like they might want to throw the ball here.
They go into a one-back set, which is a passing offense, but they hand off inside to that running back. There is nothing there.
Trying to fool, I think, the backs of Old Orchard Beach, showing that they're going to throw. But again, they come up to a pass, and I think Kurt was talking about that before the game when he feared more the run than the pass on this team.
Yep.
They might show sets like that, but then run out of it. So he was very well, the defense has been very well prepared for this.
David glowed in on that along with Scott Darling, Ralph DuBois. They had that smelled out.
2nd and 8 from about the 28.
Same offensive set. Let's see if they throw out of it this time. They do. Big rush. He is clobbered and almost intercepted at the other end. Don DuBois stepping in front of the intended receiver. Fournier was nailed again. The Seagulls had maybe 4 people in on him.
Yeah. Threw it right into the hands just about of DuBois. Again, he was just pressured into that throw. And the clock stops with that incompletion. Plenty of time. 8:42 left in quarter number 3 from Jay High School.
3rd and 9.
Yeah. They lose the. This is incredible.
They lost a yard on the incompleted pass. Go figure. Same set, looking to throw again. Big rush again. Coming at him. Fournier steps out, throws, and has a guy down there, but overthrown.
4th and 8.
Or 9.
Depends where they mark it.
Could be 7. Yeah, you know. It's exciting. You just never know.
It's where the officials are marking the football. It's even further up now.
Now they lost about another foot, I think, on that, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We want to acknowledge Steve Poulos, who was our cameraman for the past few
Yeah,
years.
wasn't he a great videographer, cameraman, Andy?
Oh, he was.
Man,
I'm telling you.
man, I mean, doing a game with Steve,
Yeah.
what a joy that was.
I really enjoyed breaking down with him on the Turnpike last year, coming up to Livermore Falls.
Yeah, but you know, you always got there on time. I mean, the guy was just amazing. What? And the nicest, sweetest
No flag
guy
that time.
Fournier still with the ball and the first down.
But you know, that should have been motion. One of
There
the
was
J
some movement.
backs moved just prior to that snap. And they didn't call it, and I think they will get a first down out of this, depending on the spot that
Boy,
they
that's
give them.
close. I called it, but no.
No, they see again. I thought he got a bad spot that time.
Well, they had 9.5 yards to go at that time, man.
Yeah, if they would have marked it from the original spot, they would have gained it by a yard.
That's right. He'd be good by a yard. Well,
first and 10 for the Beach at their own 20 now.
You got it.
Interesting.
Very.
But again, it looked like there might have been some motion in the J backfield. No call, but nevertheless, the Beach takes over. No score here. Still 0-0. We expected a pretty tight game, but we expected a few more points.
We got it. Oh, man.
Good
man,
defense.
man. Gerard, nothing there. Loss of a yard or so.
Yeah, they'll give him a loss of about 1.
Mm-hmm. Second and 11.
Yeah. 8 minutes left in quarter number 3. Beach in their road white and grayish silver jerseys with the blue trim.
DuBois pitches out.
No.
Polk is going to have to find it. And does he? No.
Nope.
Here we go, Andy. I just have that feeling.
Third fumble now by the Beach, coupled with all these penalties. It's amazing that Jay hasn't scored a point yet with these. Well, we'll see where they mark it.
The pitch back to Polk was maybe a little behind him, maybe a little high. Hard to judge from this vantage point. Nevertheless, it falls to the ground.
Yeah.
And he can't get back to it. And we've got a first and goal. 9.
Yeah. 4 downs here to score. Can't get a first down from here. So the Beach defense will be tested. This is the furthest either team has gotten in the whole football game. It's been by a mistake now.
Exactly right. The one back set with a man in motion. Fournier will throw over the middle. And he throws behind his intended receiver. Somebody zigged when they should have zagged.
Yeah,
or,
and Polka ended up colliding
whatever.
with him.
Yep.
And the ball went behind both of them. So it'll bring up second goal at the 9.
I think they lost a foot on that marking there.
Pretty soon they'll be marking at the 11 and the 12, and they'll be able to get a first down at the 1.
That's right. Good call.
7:46, the clock stops with that incomplete pass in quarter number 3. No score here from Jay High School. 2 Class C schools.
Again,
0-1
one
records
back
going at
set.
it.
Again, now Fournier with the keeper. Gets back down to maybe the 5.
Yeah. See where they mark it. It looked like he had gotten to the 5. Forward progress.
No, they're going to step it back to maybe closer to the 6. Well, that's all right. It's a third down.
Third
at
and
any
goal
rate
just
from-
outside. You got to be thinking field goal, Raj.
It's good.
If,
Yeah.
If they come up empty here.
I wonder if they've got a kicker.
Yeah, well, I was
We'll
watching him
find out.
before the game. He was kicking him from 30.
Okay.
So I'm sure they have a kicker out there. I think Garish maybe the kicker
okay.
also.
Again, the one back set. The handoff to that back. He's met. And there's no gain. Sets the ball up pretty much midfield, however. And here comes Garish.
Well, it's not Garish, but...
No, that's Frazier. I'm sorry.
Right, but I think
33.
he just handed a... looked like a holder. I think they're going to attempt
They're
a
going to
field goal
go
from
for
there.
it. Well, Garish is in the lineup. He's 31.
I think I thought he did the kicking, but we'll see in a minute.
We will see.
Timeout, though, by Jay. They want to talk about this one. It's 4th and 5, by the way. 4th and goal. Clock stopped with 6:40 left in quarter number 3.
Yep.
So it looks like they will elect to go. I think they want to, since scoring's been hard to come by, I think if they're going to attempt a field goal, this is a good timeout for them. They want to set it right, and they want everybody, being where they want to. They probably don't want any movement, so they want to make sure this one comes off right.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be about a 22-yard. Actually, this is just 2 yards more than an extra point.
Exactly.
Usually they kick the extra points from the 10. They're going to back it up also to about the 13. So it's 20. Well, we're sitting at probably 22 yards.
22 yards.
So it's a little more than an extra point, basically. So you don't really need a great field goal kicker.
And the Beach is saying, are they really going to do it? Do we do an all-out rush? They come, and the kick is up, and it is good.
Eric Stanley, by the way, is the field goal kicker. So it's a 22-yard field goal.
Right.
I know Garish handles most of the other kicking duties.
Well, the first blood of the evening comes for Jay, and they get on top here, 3-0. And with that, let's take a short break. We'll be back with the remainder of the third quarter right after this.
Sometimes you just want to do the same old thing. When you need photocopies at reasonable rates, you want to visit Copy It again. Multiple copies, collated, stapled, or bound are no problem for Copy It's high-speed copier. Don't go anywhere else for copies up to 36 inches wide or for blueprints. But when you want some color in your life, go to Copy It. Copy It's full-color copier reproduces photos and artwork like you wouldn't believe and gives pizzazz to business documents. Whether you want the old or the new, go to Copy It for all your copy needs. Party Castles is where party people go so they can get their parties off the ground. Party Castles has party supplies for every celebration. From more than a rainbow tableware to streamers, personalized balloons, and balloon delivery, Party Castles will give your party a lift. And if your special wedding day is fast approaching, a visit to Party Castles will delight you. Janine can help you with wedding invitations, rental of the wonderful balloon arch, and the wedding bell. For the most festive parties and the most beautiful weddings, you've got to get to Party Castles.
For classic American fare with a continental flair, come to Silver Spoons, Southern Maine's casual dining alternative.
In case you didn't know, Alice's Place is one of the beach's most delicious year-round attractions. A supporter of Little League and literacy volunteers, Alice's Place is the home of the Stromboli. Complete Italian and Mexican dinners, great sandwiches, soups, and salads, all made with the freshest ingredients. Don't forget that Alice's Place has the best fresh dough pizza. And be sure to save room for their very special homemade desserts. And one final word to make it that much more convenient, Alice's delivers.
Hey, there goes Mr. Alice.
Getting ready for the kickoff following the initial score of the game. It's 3-0 here in the top of the 7th. I'm sorry.
Top of the 7th?
Well, I thought it sounds like a baseball score.
Oh, it's 3 errors.
I was confused. Yeah, there have been plenty of errors. Polk and Gerard. Gerard says, I got it. And Gerard starts to pick his way upfield, but gets only about to the 25.
Yeah, nothing there. Actually, won't even be to the 25. Looks like to the 23 or 4.
Yep.
24-yard line is where they take over. Now they find themselves behind in this thing, 3-0.
3-0.
Beach had a very, very successful preseason, by the way. They went up to beat, 2 or 3 New Hampshire teams. Then they defeated Lisbon. I think it was 13-0, and and Lisbon is the other team that's favored to win in Class C.
You're right.
Then they went to Kennebunk, and Kennebunk shut out Winthrop last week. Well, after this play, I'll recap everything.
Gerard for about 5.
Beat Winthrop. Kennebunk who just beat Winthrop last week, like 19-16-0. You know, the Beach beat Kennebunk pretty good. At least was handling them for a while till they made it a little more interesting at the end.
It was basically a 21-7 game until the last couple of minutes.
Then we got to the regular season last week, and the Beach was shut out by a very good Wells team, 14-0, and now they trail 3-0 here. So they're having trouble with the offense here in the regular season.
And yet, as you said, they've been great marching up and down the field the first half, but they haven't been able to do anything once they get into the so-called red zone. Here goes Gerard, still on his feet, the fumble.
They're going to lose another one.
Recovered by Jay, another fumble by the Seagulls at the Beach 44.
So it's a 16-yard pickup, but it amounts to
a big
another
turnover.
fourth fumble by the Beach now.
It's really been the story of this game, hasn't it?
Well, it's been penalties and fumbles, yes. That time, I think Dave tried to get some extra yardage, and it might have been that second effort, as he always runs real hard with the football. And he's just trying to make something happen, I think, basically.
Sure.
I think that's what happened. He's just trying to make something happen. Maybe tried a little too hard that time. And the ball just...
he is still upset with himself. You know, I'm watching him down here.
But he's such a hard runner. You know, he's such a good, he's such talent that sometimes you overwork.
And now he's being consoled by Bill Adams, who comes over and says, it's okay.
Well, for
it's
every
early.
mistake that Dave Gerard makes, he usually makes up for it 100 times.
Oh, yeah. And it's going through his mind right now.
He's an outstanding defensive and offensive player, so. So Dave Gerard.
Gerard, of course, plays defense. Everybody plays everything in these teams. So everybody goes both ways. Gerard is basically a corner over on this side. As we go 1st and 10 and a penalty. We may have a delay here.
Motion or delay.
Uh-huh. It's a motion penalty of some sort. Procedure called. So go back to the 49. 1st down and 15.
Yeah,
well,
this
there's
is
been a lot of that stuff, huh? A lot of that stuff.
Well, it seems like Jay's had the shorter ones, so the 5-yard delay of games or the motions, and the Beaches have had the clips and the holes.
You said it.
And at unopportune times.
Going wide is McDonald hit, stop.
Now we're going to get a flag again. That could be a holding.
The flags fly. We may have a clip or a hold. It's going to go against the offense, I'm pretty sure. And it looks like they're going to walk off a long one here.
Yeah, Beach just wants to push them back a little further.
And
They haven't done really any damage with their offense. The score that they scored upon, they recovered a Beach fumble at the 9. And just moved it 4 yards, really, and 3 yards to the 6. And got that 22-yard field goal. That's been the difference in the football game.
Sure is. That's a 10-yard holding call. It gets them back to around the 41 or 2, and it's still 1st down, of course. And now we're looking at 1st down and 25, maybe even 26.
Yeah, they got to come down to about the 34, 33 of the Beach.
Fournier hands off to boy going the other way, try to cross him up, going against the grain, and gets nothing, and a flag just went down. That's 3 plays in a row with a penalty.
Yeah, now
we're going to walk it back the other way, Andy.
Well, we were doing the exhibition game, the Kennebunk Orchard. That was like, what, a 3-hour fiasco?
It sure was.
That was one of the longest games we'd ever been to. And we're seeing an awful lot of flags in this one.
That face mask penalty gets them back to 1st and 10 again. Actually, remember now, we had a 5-yard, then a 10-yard. We come back with 15, and it ends up 1st and 9. Somewhere they picked up a yard in the walking it off. Oh, well. Metric. That's what it is. It's metric. 1st and 9. Sure. Handoff, deep back, hit, stop, gain of maybe a yard. Tops. Make it 2.
2nd and 7. Yeah. McDonald with the run. We're under 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. If you just joined us, Jay leads at 3-0 on a 22-yard field goal by Eric Stanley.
And the ball sits at the Seagull 40 just about.
And you got to know from here the way this one's going that Jay's basically trying to capitalize on Orchard's mistakes right now. So what they're doing is they're just not going to run anything fancy. I think they're just going to run the football. And
they got the lead. And they know their offense isn't confusing anybody. So you just do what you need to do and hang in there. Fournier looks to throw, has to come out of the pocket, is hit. And almost intercepted. We're going to get another penalty. That's going to be called on Bill Adams for interference at about the 26 or 27-yard line. Yes, sir. 2 backs up.
Beach had put a lot of pressure that time on Fournier to
Well,
get
they
the
had
ball
him
away.
nailed, the poor kid, and you almost feel sorry for him. But
It looked up here like the ball may have been tipped before the bump happened, but we're not down there. So.
no, we're not down there. It's a first down for Jay, now at the Beach 26-yard line.
And again, another penalty gives Jay a first down. So it's not the offense that's really doing it. It's the penalties that are giving the first downs and keeping the drives going. 4:12 left in the third quarter.
Everybody's outside, and the flags fly again. I'm telling you.
Well, that's the same thing that's been happening, I think, throughout that I've noticed. That I thought that the backfield's been moving an awful lot, and they finally called that. Actually, more than one person left that time, so I think they decided to call it. First and 15, yep. Ball sits at the 31-yard line of the Beach.
McDonald cutting back inside will get 2 or 3.
Yep. Bill Adams, 84, gets up from the pile, along with 75, Jamie Geidinger.
And we've got a second and about 12. Looking at the ball at around the Seagull 28-yard line. With the one-back set.
They'll still run out of this formation. I
go.
expect them to do that now.
Probably the rest of the way.
Well,
Fournier
surprise.
drops deep, goes deep, looks for a receiver, incomplete.
Yeah, Garish.
Garrett was down there. Adams had him very well covered. And Gerard was in the vicinity as well. So it's third down and still 12 yards.
Third and 12. Yep, clock stops at 3:27 left in quarter 3. Jay would like to get a little closer than this, I would think.
I would think.
It's 4-down territory here. They're not going to kick this football. Yeah, they show that interesting set.
Yes. They got 2 boys in the slot. 2 guys spread wide. It's a good passing offense. And Fournier's hit again. The ball bounces around, incomplete.
Yeah, big hit that time.
Yeah.
Is that Adams or Bickford? Bickford, I think.
Yeah, I think it is Bickford. Intended down there for Finelli. Mike Finelli is number 81. But incomplete, and we've got a fourth down.
Bickford's done a good job pass rushing here this evening, putting pressure on Fournier. Oh, they are going to set up a punting, Raj. That's interesting because they're
hard to believe.
Yeah, they're at the 28?
At the 28-yard line.
I don't buy it.
Snap comes back, and man, he's going to do it. Straight up and down. Get whatever they can on it, and it is going to bounce into the end zone.
They're going to gain 8 yards on it.
Exactly. It's a strange call, isn't it, Andy? Well, of course, we're not coaching. Nobody said we ever should, and we never will.
Well, 3:13 left in quarter number 3. The Beach takes over in their own 20, and they trail this thing 3-0. Both these teams at 0-1, both losing to Class B Powers last week, and this is the first.
If the Seagulls can avoid some penalties here,
they're going to be
Andy,
okay.
and if they can stop dropping the ball, maybe we can see some offense generated. We have seen nothing to speak of here in the third quarter.
I still sense they're going to pull it out, but I think, like you said, they're going to have to sense that they're going to have to get away from the mistakes.
Something's going to have to happen dramatic here. Ralph comes up the middle.
But if you're Kurt Creechin, you got to, and Kurt's really positive, and the coaching staff is, you got to look at the way the game's going. All the penalties, and you got to remember 4 fumbles, and they're only trailing 3-0.
Well, that's
and you got a whole quarter of football left.
You're right.
And if you tell the boys, and if you approach it that way, and you just say, we're showing signs, we're moving the ball. Let's just put one good drive together, and we're back in.
We're back in it.
We're in the lead.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Well, he has a couple of boys spread down here on this side, and that's where he's going. Dubois puts it up, looking for Gerard, and it's out of bounds. Pretty good coverage, actually. He he had Hubbard going down deep over the middle.
Right.
He had Polk short over the middle. Both of those guys were covered, and he had Gerard coming out wide on this side, and there were two guys with him. So defensively, Jay was on top of it.
3rd and 8.
3rd and 8.
At 2:33 left in the third quarter. The clock stops with that one. Again, they have newest addition here down to the left.
And there's Don
Well,
Dubois with the keeper.
I think he's going to be close, but I think we're going to get a
awfully
flag.
close.
I thought I saw a flag, and there is. Into the pile again.
Flag.
Here we go again. That's yeah.
Face
Another face
mask.
mask. That's the
Well,
second big
you
face
go.
mask penalty.
There's a huge break
I
for
think
the
they're going to
Beach.
be. Yeah. I think if they can stay away from mistakes, I really think that their offense has been good enough to really pull this thing
Well,
out.
that zips them upfield. They're out to their own 44-yard line.
And you got to remember, we have 14 minutes and 26 left of football
Oh,
here.
sure.
Still got a
Oh,
ways
sure.
to go.
Yeah, 2.5 left here in the third quarter, and we're looking at a 1st and 10 for the Seagulls. They're at their own 44 following that penalty, and here we go. Gerard looking for some room up the middle. What do we got? He's caught, but he'll get out close to the 50, I'm sure, maybe even beyond it with his forward progress. Setting up a second, and we'll say 2nd and 4. That's right about the 50-yard line. Well, that's a good little run.
Nothing fancy. You just have to put one good
Nothing
drive
fancy,
together.
sure.
Stay away from mistakes.
Everybody in tight. They have Polk on the wing. Gerard follows the blocking, gets a little bit of a break, gets the first down. He's down inside the 45 of Jay, back around the 43.
And I know it's early in the drive, but it seems like this is really shaping up to be a determination drive. These kids know they've made some mistakes, and they're trying to right now, show them. I think they're trying to establish something right here.
You could be right, old buddy. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. Gerard again, still on his feet, will pick up a couple, get closer to the 40-yard line.
Another flag got
Another
thrown into the
flag.
pile. So
Good Lord. Now they're talking to Jay.
need a computer here just to add the
Oh, man.
penalty yardage up.
It almost gets silly after a while, you know what?
That's holding on offense.
Yep.
That's what we were talking about, the penalties.
Back out to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, 1st and 16 comes from the spot of the foul.
Yeah. So we're repeating first down, but now we've got to tack on an additional 6 yards. And, I don't know. First down. Dubois still on his feet, hit,
Absolutely
and crushed. Nothing there. Spins away, tries to find room on the other side.
Trying to lose yardage.
Yeah. Tries to go against the grain. There's nothing there. It's worked somewhat earlier. They've made adjustments, though, I think, defensively at halftime against that same play. Donald's not having nearly the success he had in the first half.
And we have, 30 seconds left?
Just about.
Just about 30.
And
Clock's
it's
still moving.
2nd down and we'll say 18, 19 yards.
Unless there's a pass here, this could be the last play of the quarter.
Could be. Pitch out. Gerard. Wide. Still on his feet. And does he get out of bounds? No, he does not.
That'll be it.
Clock is running. We're back over the 50-yard line again. Down to about 5 seconds and counting. They will not have time to get off the next play. And that is that. We've completed 3 quarters of play in J. And our score is the J Tigers 3. The Seagulls of Old Orchard Beach nothing. We will be back with quarter number 4 right after this.
Gift Shop. Gifts galore from Maine and beyond for every taste and budget. It's a Tisket and Tasket, rear 605, U.S. Route 1, Scarborough. In the past year and a half, the new Amanda Mays has established itself serving up the finest breakfast in the area, and with good reason. The freshest ingredients, big portions, small prices, friendly service, and great gossip combine to give your day a winning start. There are specials every day: soups, chowders, sandwiches, something for everyone, and it's all available for takeout. Plus, they cater any event. For a very pleasant dining surprise, try Amanda Mays, where good friends meet and make new ones.
The ball sits at the J48 yard line, 47, somewhere in there.
Yeah, you need to get to the 33 of J.
And Don DuBois tries to get it by going wide. Now he throws. He's looking for Hubbard. He has him. Hubbard is going to get the first down and more down at the 26-yard line.
Big.
Off-balance throw is right.
Well, that
Mark Pickard made that call.
And don't forget, one of the opening plays of the game could have been a short touchdown, and there was a drop ball earlier on.
Exactly. You remember how Steve Poulos used to make all those great calls, Andy, when we were working? Okay, it's first and 10 for the Seagulls. They're at the J26 yard line. And we're coming out of an I formation here with a reverse. Paul going the other way, looks for a block from DuBois.
Gets one too.
Still on his feet, out of bounds, picks up 5 or 6.
Yeah, good block that time by DuBois.
And you know what? I can't believe it. There's no flag. Wow.
Well, they haven't marked the ball down yet. All right, now they.
Huh?
You're right now.
That's really something. Wow. They ran a play. There was no penalty.
Second down and 5.
Yeah.
Clock stops with the play going out of bounds. 11:25.
Hey, maybe this is it, Andy. What do you think? Maybe, huh? They've got a drive going here. Second and 5. They're going to try it again. No, fake it. Gerard.
He's got some room
he got a block from Ralph. There he goes. And is he going to get there?
No, he's outside.
He stepped out at about the 3-yard line.
Yep. Nice bit of running that time. Good call, too.
Beautiful call. Coming back with the same play. This time Gerard keeps it. They fake the reverse, and Dave Gerard gets awfully close.
You know, this is a drive where they still had a big holding penalty, and yet they're at the J 3-yard line here.
We're down to
like
the
I said, we got plenty of football left, and the way they're moving the football, it just takes one drive to get a lead in this one. And their defense has already shown that they can hold J.
This is for sure. They come out of the wishbone. Look for Ralph DuBois. Ralph DuBois.
He probably gets a yard.
Yeah.
Give him a yard to the 2, if that. Good defense that time, stacking him right up the middle.
Good defense indeed.
Well, they called no gain. I thought he got a yard out of it.
Second down, and still 3 yards. This time, let's see, they're going to come out of that.
Well, Jay's going to get caught with 12 people on here in a minute if they don't hurry up.
And they're still switching around. Look for Gerard. Gerard with the ball. Touchdown!
Dave Gerard breaks the play. It's actually it comes at 10:38 of the 4th quarter, the first official points of 96, Raj.
No flags.
No flags. It's a 3-yard run for Dave Gerard.
With about 10.5 minutes left in this fourth quarter, the Seagulls, as Andy just eloquently put it, have put the first 6 points up on the board for this season, officially. 6-3, and we're going for the 1-point conversion on the kick. It is a fake. Polk with the ball is going to throw. What is he going to do? He's going to throw, and it's incomplete. So that didn't develop as expected, but nevertheless, we have a 6-3 score here as the Seagulls have taken the lead in this very, very interesting game from Jay, Maine.
Well, Jay's still now within another field goal of tying this one.
Yeah,
So
That's true.
that's a big
Good
point.
Exactly.
Oh, it's 6-3 as the teams march up field. We have plenty of time left, plenty of football left, definitely. And like we said before, the Beach just can stay away from mistakes the way they had been making in this one. It's really amazing. It was only 3-0 with the way the game was been going.
Offense,
we saw an awful lot of offense.
Exactly, and we've got a 6-3 game.
But it just shows you, it takes one mistake to keep you in the game.
It just shows to go you.
Just goes to show you.
That's right.
Shows to go you.
Shows to go you. Norm Crosby used to say stuff like that. That's right, he did. He used to say very funny stuff.
Hubbard will be kicking off. And the Beach has done a great job on defense against Jay. We'll see if they can continue it here.
And stopped.
Good field position.
Yes, very good field position. Gets out to close to the 40-yard line. So Jay will go on offense from their own 39.
And you got to remember now, this is a team that was down to Levitt 14-0 last week and came back and tied, so they can easily come from behind.
Good point.
But we haven't seen the type of offense that we thought we were going to see. We thought we were going to see more throwing the football.
And Fournier certainly has attempted it, but the pass rush has been excellent.
Yes, it has.
Excellent. And has really contained him quite a bit. Out of the I formation, the boy coming back, that gets him the extra comeback block. Oh, what a nice tackle, huh?
Tackle.
Gerard?
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're fired up now. I mean, that score there,
That's good.
I think,
That's the difference.
What 6 points can do for you. You're a psyche, I'll tell you.
You said it.
Loss of about 2 or 3 on the play. Second down and about 13.
Yep, second and 13 is good. Smith checks out, Frazier checks in.
We'll see if the defense will feed off the momentum that the offense just gave them now. Not that they needed it, because they've been doing the job the whole game.
Fournier to throw.
There's the rush again.
Caught and down. Another loss of about 4 more. 3 more.
Yeah, number 11 rides for Brian Tucci. Good pursuit that time. And lose another, say, 4 yards.
Third down and 15, 16 yards.
Yeah, it's a passing down that's here. But then again, you don't want to start telegraphing your passes either on third and long. Yeah, if they were, sometimes you just want to keep your defense off balance and throw on first down.
Sure. The Beach will be dropping everybody back now in pass coverage. They go out of the eye, however, again bring the boy back. So they end up with 2 people at this end. A handoff is inside, and there's nothing there.
Gain of about 4.
That's it. Defense strong. Ralph Dubois again down there under the pile. 4th and 12, and another punting situation for Jay.
Yeah, and the clock continues to move. 8 minutes and 35 seconds left in quarter number 4. The Beach is up now, 6-3.
And there's been a real momentum change, hasn't there, right? You can really feel it. Jay now is getting just a little desperate. Punt is away, very high.
Fair catch signal.
Yeah, Polk, and down right there. And it's down at about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, you'd like to say this was 6-3. It's been a defensive struggle, but it hasn't. It hasn't. Because there's been just so much movement on one side of the ball compared to the other that things have happened to stop the scoring. Well, let's see how the Beach reacts now to their last offensive drive with this one. They have 8:17 left. They have a 6-3 lead.
Time to start using a little clock, I would think.
Little clock.
It's early, but still. Rumble off a few minutes here.
And again, they're in the part of the field they don't want to make mistakes neither.
Precisely. Hand off inside, nothing there. That was Ralph Dubois getting back to the line of scrimmage, maybe.
I mean, it might give him a generous yard.
Okay, 2nd and 9, and the clock, of course, moves on. Under 8 minutes left now here in the fourth quarter. Beach hanging on to a 3-point advantage, and we know that Jay can kick a field goal. This is Gerard, comes back, doesn't want to go out of bounds, does not, but only picks up maybe 4.
Yeah, about 4. Yeah, again, the wide runs like that use some clock up, and that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 5. We want to remind everybody to also, again next week, we've said it numerous times, but the Beach finally goes home. It's homecoming Saturday already, their first home game. And they'll be playing the Trape Academy Rangers. Trape's got a couple of real good players there. There's the Beers player, I think it is, and the quarterback Kramer.
Oh, there's a nice play, and there's the break. There goes Gerard. Look out for flags. We're looking. There's nothing there. Gerard is in for the touchdown.
Beautiful run, 61 yards. Dave Gerard. We're looking up and down the field. There was no yellow. This time Dave gets to keep it.
That's right.
Well, he deserves it. And you know what's really amazing about the run is the acceleration of the speed. He just kind of blows by everybody, and once he hits daylight, he's gone.
Bye-bye.
Tremendous run by Dave Gerard. And I told you, it just takes one good series, and they just got that momentum right back. You got to believe you stay away from mistakes, you know. And the momentum is there. The momentum is back there.
They're going for the kick once again. Of course, they faked it the last time. Let's see if they try it this time. They will. The kick is up, and does it get over? Yes. With exactly 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, our score, Old Orchard 13, and Trape. I said Trape. I'm sorry, J 3. Pickard tried to cut my mic cord. Did you see that? That's terrible.
And all 13 points are by Dave Gerard. 2 runs now in this quarter, a 3-yard run, and a 61-yard run, and a kick. And he actually had one called back. So 7 minutes even to go, and it seems like the momentum that the Beach has finally gained back.
13-3. And it all comes in the fourth quarter, doesn't it, Andy? Huh?
And it sure has. Actually, the last 3.5 minutes
have
been 13 points. But all it takes is one good drive, and that momentum has come right back. Amazing things you can do when you stay away from penalties and fumbles.
And I think back to the when Gerard did fumble and was just standing down here.
You knew he was going to come back.
Shaking
you just knew.
So upset with himself. And since that, just a few minutes later, he's got 13 points in the book.
Exactly. And you just knew he was going to. It was going to
happen, right? Kickoff is run back to about the 34. Jay will take over there at that point. And now, of course, you can't save anything for next week.
After the game, I think we plan on giving Mark directions to Old Orchard.
Yeah,
so we can get to the Trape game.
Draw him a map. So yeah, maybe by next Saturday, he'll have found it, and we'll be okay.
Get the computers going.
Sure. Give him some money for motels. The ball is incomplete. Pass is intended down here for Stanley. 2nd and 10.
6:50 exactly to go now in quarter number 4. If you just joined us, there was no scoring in the first, none in the second. There was a field goal in the third by Jay, 3-0, and the Beach in the last 3.5 minutes have put up 13 quick points. And this offense can strike quick. They just finally struck.
Second down. Out of the eye. Deep back, reverse, fumble, picked up.
Oh, he's going to pay for it right there. Bickford, I think.
Bickford on Garrett.
Boy, he's played an outstanding game. He's been in the backfield just as much as the Jay backs. He may be listed on their program next week in the backfield. And they'll lose about 8.
3rd and 17, maybe 18 yards. Yeah, we're back down here around the, where are we, 31?
Yep.
10,
about 8.
20, no, make it to 26, I'm sorry. Just a little off.
3rd and 18.
3rd down. Now we go to the one-back set with a couple of kids in the slot. We put one in motion. Quarterback drops back to throw, throws in the flat to Stanley, who evades one, two, still on his feet, and Tucci finally gets him, but he gets the first down.
Yeah, nice bit of running that time after the catch. Nothing fancy, but I'll tell you, after the catch, he was off.
He was, and good-looking offensive play for Jay. Gets the ball down to the Beach 44. He picks up a bunch
32.
from the 26 to the 44, whatever that adds up to. Yeah, 32.
And that's the third completion now for quarterback for the Jay Tigers, which is Fournier. That keeps their drive alive here with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well, they've got to put something on the board on this drive and then hope to get the ball back again. And Fournier avoids. Bickford throws deep, incomplete. Stanley, the intended receiver, pretty well covered down there. Pulp was there.